Hi everybody, Jo here again. Thanks so much for popping in today. Can't believe it's July already. Honestly, where is this year whizzing to? It's just flying by, isn't it? But July, such an exciting month. So, one of the things I want to mention is, have you seen we've got our lovely Fairy Craft Festival in July? In fact, very soon. I think there might be new things appearing, and there's a whole lot of online events from the 4th to the 7th of July. Look, we've got all sorts of giveaways, inspiration. It's all free. Now, I mean, how amazing is that? The design team, there's videos, tutorials, picture tutorials. And what I really want to tell you is on the Saturday at 11 a.m, you can join me live and we're going to have a little mini craft together. And this is a project we're going to do. And if you pop along to our Lavinia website, the materials that you're going to need are listed there. And then you can join me live, and I can't wait to see what you create. I'm so looking forward to doing this. Bit like a little mini workshop with you. But don't forget, most importantly, cheeky brew and biscuit. I'll make sure I've got mine. So that's just one thing I wanted to remind you about, and it's our lovely Fairy Craft Festival with our online event. Obviously, the shop's open. We've got lots of things at the shop this Saturday and Sunday, but for those of you that it's too far or that you can't get to see us, we've got our online event, so you'll be with us anyway. So that was one thing. The next thing is 1st of July, so we have a new Lavinia challenge. Now, as you know, the winner, all the details are on the website, because you know what I'm like, I might forget something. I do have this foggy brain. What I do know is the winner's chosen at random, so that's good, and you win £40 voucher to spend at Lavinia. So the theme this month, and we want you to use Lavinia products, so that's stamps, stencils, sticker stencils, is Summer Moon. And this is some inspiration I've come up with. I couldn't resist doing a beautiful floral. I mean, I'm thinking summer. And for me, that's my summer moon in those gorgeous colours. You can tell I like this one, can't you? Right up my street, just my colours. But what's your interpretation? We've got a lovely moon stamp, and I have used that on one of my other samples. So pop along to the gallery, have a look at the inspiration, but I really hope you're going to enter. I want it to be lovely if one of you could comment on here on my video saying, Jo, I entered, and guess what? I won. And then let me know what you're going to buy with your £40. I always have a list, you know. Anyway, I digress. So I'm going to start this design with an A6 piece of our Multifarious card. And this just comes in a packet. We've got 20 together. And I always think it's, when I've matted and layered things, I always think it just looks like a bigger, but it's just this small. I love using smaller pieces of card. The A6 is so useful. So I'm going to file that down there next to Eric. I'm going to pop this here where I can see it and try and remember what I did, because I do forget. I don't know about you. Have you ever done that? Made a card design, been really happy with it, and then one of your friends has said, oh, can you make it for me? And then you look at it thinking, oh, how did I do it? Especially if it's one where you've just been playing. Well, I think I started off with my moon, because that's my first thing, my summer moon. So I'm getting my acetate circle mask, and for this one I'm thinking summer moon, I need some summer colours. So in the elements I've gone for Sundance, and we're going to add some russet orange and some emperor red. And I must admit, I don't use the emperor red as much as I should, so it's nice to be able to get that colour out. I do get concerned that some of my colours get a bit upset they've not been used. And I'm going to put it off centre. You know me, I like things a bit sort of off centre. And I'm going to take the lids off these, just so that I'm all prepared. And then I'm going to come in first. So I'm going to use the number 7 brush for my yellow. And then when I come to adding my orange and my red, I'm going for the number 3 brush. I'm going to put my red one there and my orange one there. So with the yellow, and again, always in the lid, and I'm just going to hold this. I think I'm going to go for there. And just dab it on the mask first. And I'm starting at the bottom because that's where I'm going to introduce my deeper colours, my red. So if I did have too much colour and I got a bit of a blob, which we all know sometimes happens, that's the best place to have it because I can cover it up with the orange and the red. I almost want to leave a little white area if possible, just sort of to give me instant highlight. This is all about light and shade for this. I really want to make a beautiful, in my head, summer moon. Right, so I think that's enough with the yellow, but I'm not going to put the lid on because I may come back to it. So into the orange now and back in this corner. And I'm just going to come to sort of maybe third of the way, just accentuating round those sides and in the middle. So can you see we've darkened that bit? And then into the red. Now this is my deepest colour. So, and I just want this at the base here. Now don't worry if it looks a little bit too red. Just going to blend that out. But I'm going to stop there with the red. And I'm going to come in with my orange now. Just with the orange brush. And I'm not adding any more ink, but I'm just blending that red and that orange together. So I'm almost working my way back, blending, and then I'll come in with my yellow. And again, I'm not adding any more ink, I'm just moving that. Your ink will move, your Multifarious card is fabulous for this. As I say, it's got multiple uses, but also I always say it takes multiple fairies to make it. So can you see we've got that lovely, lovely graduation of colour? And when I take that away, and for me that just gives me that lovely, rich, deep, I'm happy with that. So I'm just going to clean my moon mask. And again, I've just got a damp cloth here and then my inky binky because I don't want to put it away dirty. Even just putting it on the side, I always think if I can clean things as I go. Right, so I just want to add a little bit of colour now. And I'm just going to use the yellow that's on there just to take just around there. And again, it's almost using up that yellow, almost to give me a bit of a glow. And if you can leave a little area of white, I always think that looks nice. And then the colour I'm going to do the rest of the card is this lovely Sahara. And as you know, I'm a big fan of Sahara. I use it so much. Great for vintage cards. And I'm just almost taking the whiteness off the rest of the card with this colour. The idea is I'm going to blend some brown on top, but just for the base, just want to take the whiteness, the starkness off. And it blends beautifully with the yellow. And it just gives me a nice base for stamping on. And if you're not sure about colours, and if you're new to blending and using your brushes, this is nice to do because Sahara is such a nice light colour. And there we go. That's just, and I'm not sure if you'll be able to catch that. It's just taken that white sort of starkness off the card. So I'm just going to give that a spritz and clean that up again. So we've got a nice little area. So it's all nice and clean. And then I'm going to do some stamping now. Oh, let's find a nice clean piece of copy paper. Let's try and be a bit more professional. There we go, look at that. We'll edit that bit out. She says, if only I knew how. So I was looking through my stamps and I found my fairy lanterns. And I must admit, I've not used these for ages, look. And I do like to find stamps that I haven't used for a while. So these are going to be my main, and look, they are just going to look beautiful. And I've decided I'm going to use Pinecone to stamp them in. And you get 2 in this set. So So I'm just going to pop this one here. And I think we'll have two facing this way. Sorry, excuse me. So we'll pop another one just at an angle here. And then we'll come in with this one. And we'll pop this just up here, I think. Now, I'm actually going to decoupage these. I know that's half on and half off. So what I tend to do, scrap of paper, look, and this is great to use your scraps up. Don't know if you're like me, but I save every single scrap. But what I will say is if you're going to save your scraps, do make sure that you actually use them. So, because I'm a bit thrifty, how many can we get on here? Let's see if we can get another one. Oh, do it that way. There we go. And then I'll do those all at once. And then I can just give my stamps a bit of a wipe. And a clean and take those off the block. Then my block's ready. And we'll colour that in a minute. But we'll go back to our lovely, lovely stamping. Oh, look, I've missed a bit there, but don't worry. We won't tell anybody that, and we won't see it in the finished design at all. So I'm going to come in now with the lavender. And I think for this colour, this stamp, I'm going to use two colours. And I'm going to come in with, again, my Versafine Clair, the Summertime and the Lilac Bloom. Nice to just mix the colours up a bit. I mean, the Summertime's an obvious one because we've got the beautiful orange from the moon. But I just fancied introducing another colour. And the fact that this is called lavender. So I'm just going to give that a wipe. If I'm changing colours, always give my stamp a nice clean. And we'll just do a couple in this colour. Just, I think, I don't want too many. I don't want to overdo it. I know it's my lovely summer meadow, but I don't want to overdo it. Do I put one there? No, I'm going to leave that just with that there. But what I am going to do is come in with my Foxglove. Now, on the Foxglove, there's two stamps, a large and a smaller. So I'm coming in with the smaller one. And I'm thinking I'm going to carry on to make this lovely cohesive design. We'll carry on with the same colour and we'll put a couple of taller Foxgloves here, look. Yes, I like that colour. Put another one there. And then I'm going to come in. Let's just give that a wipe. I'm going to come in with the lovely strawberry look, this gorgeous red. And I'm just going to have one in red. And I'm going to pop that one right over the top there. And the reason I want one in red, I want to bring in the beautiful deeper tones there. But also, the finished design, if you look, I'm going to introduce my poppies. And again, it just gives that lovely cohesive design. So we've got some more stamping in the red. So try and think about it as you're going along. I say try and think about it because, you know, try is the word sometimes, isn't it? Now with this, I'm just going to stamp up almost the poppy head. I'm not going to go right down to the stems. And I'm just thinking we'll have one lot there. And we'll have another group. And I'm just going to angle these because I think they look nice at an angle. And maybe just one more. Don't want to overcook it. Just coming off here, I think, to the side. Yeah. And it's quite fun, no matter how many times you do this, you know. You'll never do the same twice. Well, I don't anyway. And we'll give that a wipe. And then just to finish off, I need something else at the front. And that's where our lovely, I'm going to use field grass, but the orchard grass is beautiful as well. And I'm going to come back in with my brown. Because I've got stamping in brown there, I want to have stamping somewhere else. And the Pinecone is my brown of choice today. And if I just show you, so if you look at that, I know I've got spaces here, but don't worry, because that's where the lovely field grass comes in, look. and it's such a wispy stamp. As I say, the orchard grass is just the baby sister. And just round the base here. And because this is a darker colour, it will automatically come to the foreground, knocking this stamping more into the background. And that way we've got a lovely, again, field, sort of almost meadow poppy field. You know, you see them with all different flowers, but the grasses grow as well. But you don't want it to be overwhelming. And it's just that nice combination. I want to stop now. I can still see space through. I don't want it to be completely covered. I want to see that space. So we'll give that a blot. And then I want to add some more colour around the edge, just to frame the whole design. And for that, I'm going to come in with my Scorched Timber. This has become quite a popular colour at the minute. I tend to reach for it so much. I love this colour. I'm going to start at the bottom. You know, I always like to start in the corners. And as I say, this will just frame the whole design. But also, I want to sort of fuzzy the base. I want it to be a little bit darker. Just to ground everything. In those corners, lovely and dark, and then up the side, look, and I'm turning my work as I'm going, and then in this corner, across the top. Now this is quite an old blending tool, and if I've got some little bits, little bits of the sponge come off, they just catch on the card, so I'm just giving them a bit of a blow to get them out of the way. Don't want to use my hand in case I've got ink on my hand and smudge it. And I'm just going to almost follow that line here round. It'll just accentuate that lovely moon. After all, that's what this is all about, this beautiful summer moon. And I'm just going to give that a spritz, clean that up. You know me, nice space. And then I'm going to come in with my fan brush that's in water, and we'll just add a little bit of faux bleaching in the sky and across the moon, right across. I could do it on the base, but I'm not going to today, just at the top. Now, the darker the colour, the more, you see how quickly that works. So I don't want it to look like snow, just beautiful white almost orbs going across. So I'm going to give that a blot just to stop it faux bleaching, and then I'm happy with that. So to add some colour, I'm going to come in with my beautiful aquarelle pencils. So this is the packaging for them. And what I tend to do is I'm going to decoupage these. So I'm just going to go around the edges. I just find it better if you go around the edges, just in case your cutting out's not perfect. Well, I should say just in case my cutting out's not perfect. Now, I have got some I've already done, but just to show you, the way I've coloured them in is I've put a lovely yellow bit in the middle. Oh, numbers, sorry. Number 3 is the yellow I've gone for. Number 5 is the orange, and 1, 3, 2 is the red. I will list them. And then we're going to come in with the red just on the top here, and then round at the base, look. And then with the orange, just going to blend into that red and into that yellow. And then a bit of wink of colouring. So that's my clear Wink of Stella, starting in the yellow, blending that into the orange, and then finally into the red. And again, we're going to cut this out, and you will get a little bit of red on the nozzle. So I just clean it off on the card. And if you look, I've cut some out already, and this is the piece of card I use. Look, I always do extra, and there's my little clean up bit. But I find when that dries, I mean, I don't know if you can pick the sparkle up on there. It's fabulous, and it doesn't take long. So we're nearly done. Couple of other little finishing tricks, and just with our lovely, where's our lid? Oh, it's upside down. For those of you standing on your head, that would be correct, wouldn't it? Our lovely pastel pencils. And just with the white, just going to come in, add a little bit of highlight on the moon, and then just a little bit of highlight. I know we're going to decoupage these, but just, and it's these little things that make all the difference. And that's the white pastel pencil. Now I've got my lovely 3 beautifully cut out, she says. So bippity boppity glue, and I'm just going to put my glue on my design, only because I find it easy. You can put it on the back of what you've cut out, but do you know what? Now you can 3D these if you want. We've got silicone glue on the website, but I just felt, I'm thinking with postage, I wanted to decoupage them but have them quite flat, so hence I'm using my bippity boppity glue. And thanks Kev for that name. It's like a tongue twister every time I say it. There we go. So for me that's an easier way, and as you can see they're alive, they tend to jump. Little bit of white highlight, and I didn't do that before because I thought, you know what, if I had the white highlights and then I don't stamp them in the same place, the highlights might be at the wrong side. Finally, yellow sparkle. You know I love this, and I'm just going at the base with this and over the flowers. And we'll have a little bit over the moon again, summer moon. Oh, just thinking I'm sat in this field, nice gin and tonic, or for those of you that don't, a cheeky brew and a biscuit, or actually a nice piece of cake. What do you think? What's your favourite cake? I've got to be honest, it's I love meringue, so eat a mess, pavlova, something like that. Oh yes, you see, now I'm getting hungry. So there's your finished design, and once you mat and layer, that's what we have. And I've just added one of our lovely sentiment stickers from set 6, the flora and fauna. So I do hope you've enjoyed that, and I hope you're going to create yourself a lovely summer moon design. You're going to pop along to the Lavinia Stamps website and you're going to enter the challenge, and then hopefully you might win. I can't wait. So thank you for joining me today. You take care, sleep well, love and hugs from me, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.